Okay. It is NAB 2025, Day 2. I'm Photo Joseph, and I'm here for a second interview with the crew from Crater and from LucidLink. The Crater crew just got back from Italy doing a production there, and we're going to start by learning about that production, how they use the LucidLink technology there, and of course we have a rep from LucidLink here who's going to explain what their tech does. But we're going to start off with some introductions, starting with Armando.
Hey everybody, my name is Armando. I have a YouTube channel called Mondo Bites, and I'm also one of the co-founders of Crater.
My name is Kofi Aboa, not a co-founder of Crater, but my YouTube channel is the exact same, my first and last name.
So my name is Tamara, and I have a YouTube channel as well, doing camera gear reviews on YouTube.
My name is Michael Tobin, YouTube channel, also my name, and follow all things filmmaking.
I'm Gergana Berman. I work at LucidLink, and I'm super excited to hear your success story and how you've used LucidLink so far.
So let's start off hearing about this production in Italy. You guys flew to Italy for just a few days to assist with some kind of a movie production that was going on there. I want to hear what this movie was about, why you guys were there, and what you did while you're there. Kofi, you want to take this one?
I can try that. Okay, so I know we're not allowed to tell too much about the script, but in terms of where the Crater crew actually came in, is we came as a second unit. Oftentimes when you're on set, there's multiple cameras, you're going to have a unit for each one. One of the things they were working with was a skeleton crew. There wasn't a lot of people working on production. They were pretty much kind of bootstrapping things. So a lot of the Crater crew came in. We all had various roles on production, and we also supply equipment, especially with like some of the Condor Blue rig stuff. And we actually helped shoot some of those days that were kind of the tougher ones in the film that we were shooting.
Very cool. I want to hear what each one of you were actually doing on set. Since he just said everybody had a different role, what were your responsibilities? What did you do on this film? We'll start with you.
Yeah, so I was actually BTS on this one, and that was super fun. Brought out the Ursa 12K, and yeah, it was fun. So I was BTS.
BTS on an Ursa 12K. All right, we're going to have to hear more about that.
So for me, I was B camera op, which is the first time I've done that, so it was quite a great experience to do. And I was using the Pixis 6K, which is a camera that I've never used before, so it was quite nice to use, and I kind of want one.
This is a distinct difference from yesterday where everybody was shooting on either an iPhone or an Osmo. Now we're into 6 and 12K. Where are we going to go from here? What did you shoot on, Kofi?
I shot on nothing. I actually got to pull focus for everybody as a first AC, but there's a couple other things a first AC will do, but primarily you're pulling focus. You're also tending to the camera. Is actually a first AC tomorrow's camera as well, so getting some of the technical stuff, making sure the settings are right, making sure all the equipment that's connected to the camera is working properly. That was kind of my role.
I was one of the another camera operator. I was using the Sony FX3, which is a 4K camera, so a little bit smaller in file size.
Right on. So shooting on all these different cameras, I know that part of what you guys needed to do on set was to collaborate your footage, get all your footage where every one of you could access it. And that is, of course, where LucidLink comes in. So before we hear about how they actually used it, let's learn about what LucidLink is for those of you who may not know.
Absolutely, thank you. So LucidLink is a cloud storage collaboration platform that allows team to work from anywhere, no matter where they're located, no matter how big their files are. And this is really important for this team over here. So what LucidLink does is it presents cloud storage as if it was on your desktop. It has built-in security and built-in accelerated upload, so your copyrighted data will always be safe, and also it will upload fast and be instantly accessible to anyone in the world as long as they have access to that file space. So that's what we do, and that's how we help.
Having stayed in a number of hotels in my life, I know that hotel internet access usually isn't all that great. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say the 12K footage probably didn't all get uploaded while you're in Italy, or at least while you're at the hotels. But talk to me about the experience of putting 12K, obviously massive files, onto LucidLink and how that worked for you.
Yeah, so I mean, even before uploading, the thing that first impressed me was when Lucas sent the invite to the shared workspace for all of us. This is where a lot of software, I feel, kind of not necessarily fails, but it takes a lot longer because, you know, you have to create accounts and join all these things. Literally like 2 buttons, you know, just accepting the invitation, and we all had a shared workspace going. We each made a folder with our names on it. And then, yeah, I'm lucky I have gigabit internet at home, so upload was pretty strong. I think I did like 1.6 terabytes in like 5 hours, which just shows how good LucidLink's backend is. And I was really paying attention when it was getting to the clips that were like 1 to 200 gigs just for a single clip. it's 12K, guys, testing out this camera. But and at no point did the upload like consistency change at all. It kept uploading just as fast as my internet would allow, and that was really impressive because a lot of times small clips, easy peasy, but when you get those real chunky ones, I was very impressed with LucidLink's back.
Nice. You guys want to add anything to that as far as the experience of uploading the footage?
I think it just kind of comes down to when you're doing collaborative projects, right? Like, we're all making content together. We're all shooting a bunch of different cameras. And one of the more exhausting things, or just something you don't want to wait an hour or two for, is bringing your hard drive in and making sure everyone puts, like, you could kind of just go home and feel safety about, hey, Michael, just put it on the LucidLink. I'll go get it at home. And I don't have to worry about it, especially because it's the production in Italy. We shot the first day, shot the second day, immediately started going back home. There isn't enough time to have a lineup of hard drives to put stuff onto there. And also things like this, when you're at NAB and maybe someone has footage of somebody else, it's far easier to access it from that way instead of having to like make sure you have your SD cards or whatever memory you have to store things on, and then you're spending more time waiting for something to upload versus actually making content.
So one of the big challenges, if we were just in a normal situation sharing footage, if each of you gave me 10 terabytes of footage, that means I got to have 10 terabytes of storage on me, right? And that's not how it works with LucidLink, right? You can upload it, you allocate whatever you want, and then I don't have to have that. We all just upload ourselves. Everybody doesn't have to copy it themselves, right? You all copy it once, and then everybody can access it, right? And you can even access it from your phone, is that right? That's correct. Yeah, pretty cool. So in this workflow, the performance of not having super fast internet for the download, for playback, how is that addressed? Because if I'm in a slower connection, I'm trying to play as 12K footage, how is this going to happen? And so is there some kind of a caching system that happens? Can I choose what footage I want to download permanently? How does that all work?
Actually, the beauty of LucidLink is that you never have to download anything. The media is streamed to your OS. So the OS thinks this is just another folder, just another drive that's connected to it directly, even though it's the cloud. So the media appears and you can browse through it instantaneously. There is no wait time. So if you were given access to 5 terabytes of data in a folder somewhere, somebody uploaded from Italy, and normally what would happen is you have to download everything to your workstation and then you can start browsing and reviewing the footage. With LucidLink, you can literally, as soon as you are given that access, start reviewing that footage and bringing it into your application, whether that's Premiere Pro or Final Cut or any other creative application that you're using. So if you do have slower connection, what is best to do is you can pre-cache the footage. We call this feature pinning. So you just right-click on the footage or the folder and you tell it to pin. What this will do is warm up the cache that is locally on your workstation. And so when it comes time for your editing, it will be smooth playback, smooth sailing. Even if you're on, coffee place connection or hotel room connection, you will still have playback as if you had a SSD connected to your system.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you actually talked about how it just mounts as any other drive, and I didn't realize how much of a benefit that is in the beginning, because no matter what editing software you're using, you don't have to wait for LucidLink to make some sort of like necessarily direct integration or some software to make it work with whatever editing software you're using. It's like any other hard drive or USB that you're plugging in. If you're on a Mac, just shows up in Finder and you can just use it in any software. And I think that's so huge because a lot of times there's great services, but it's like, oh, it doesn't work with the software that I'm already using. And this just seems to work anywhere that any other hard drive would.
Sounds awesome. Well, we've talked about the tech, we've talked about LucidLink and the cameras, but let's talk a little bit about Italy, because I know a lot of people watching are like, hold on, you went to Italy. I want to know more about that part of it. So what was your experience in Italy? Had you been before?
So I've been to Italy, I was much younger, so for me it was quite a fresh experience again, and I haven't been to Tuscany, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, it was just a great trip. It was nice to hang out with the other creators that were there as well and just do something completely different to what we do every day on YouTube.
Any favorite part?
For me, I think it was just actually filming the film, because being the camera op, it's not something I've done before, so it was a great experience and something, that I really enjoyed.
Very cool. I want somebody to talk about food and wine in Italy, because let's face it, when you go into Italy, you're going to eat and you're going to have some good wine. Who wants to take this one? Who has a good food story? What you guys ate while you were there?
I don't know if there's a good food story. It's definitely interesting coming from North America. I mean, the way that food's prepared over here, you know, there's certain flavors and sauces that are used there that I feel like some of us had to get used to when we're in Italy. We're like, oh, that's kind of the way food's supposed to be. We're like, well, where's the grease and where's the heavy salt? And we're like, oh, that's not. Maybe we're the problem a little bit. But the wine was great. I will say we went to a really cool wine place. I think I don't remember what the square was called, but that was really cool as well. And I think one of the cool parts about like any of these projects, whether we go to Tuscany or we go to Oklahoma, we've never been to Oklahoma, but like if we did, it's the idea where you get, one, it's like a meeting of the minds, and two, I think sometimes as content creators, well, especially that people have production backgrounds, we spend so much time in like the content, so it's kind of like to like let loose and be like, oh, we're on set and we only have to worry about that kind of thing, which is really cool as well. So
Yeah, the food was interesting. The wine was great. I don't think I had any bad wine there. But yeah, I think my favorite part of being, you know, in Italy was Rome. Rome was cool. We got to experience that, and I've never been to Italy, so it was definitely one of those bucket lists that I was able to check off. So, yeah.
Awesome. The butter noodles were great, he said. And he's out. Take care. All right. Well, I think that's a sign that it's time to wrap this up. Does anybody have anything they want to add to this before we say goodbye to our audience? I thought somebody was coming back.
Just want to say a quick thank you guys for speaking about your experience and for trying it and using it for your project, and so happy to have you here at NAB this year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us and helping support awesome creative trips like that, and definitely excited to keep using LucidLink.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to be able to try software that I probably would have not stumbled upon. And the fact that you guys sponsored our part of our trip and being able to like test it out and really see how great it works is almost like a testament that we could also like let others know how amazing your product is. So we appreciate you believing in you know what we're doing and you know obviously supporting us. So thank you for that.
Awesome. Well, thanks you guys so much. Everybody check out LucidLink online. You can see, we'll pan up to make sure you can see that the name at the end there so you can spell it right. But that's it for us, I think. We're all good here. Yep. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next live show, whenever that might be. See ya. Is he paying attention? Does he know that we're off the air? Does he know that we're off? Pan up. Tilt. Hey, camera up. Tilt up to the sign.